Okay, in this video we're going to use the graphing calculator to evaluate some expressions that involve rational exponents and rational expressions. So let's start here. Now our rule is whenever we have a rational number and we're going to type it into the calculator, we like to wrap both the numerator and the denominator in parentheses. Also, whenever we wrap the exponent in parentheses if the exponent is a rational number. Okay, so let's look at this first example. I'm going to write this as equal to 1 wrapped in parentheses because that's the numerator, divided by, open a parentheses for the denominator, 7 raised to, open parentheses for the exponent, which is negative 3, divided by 2, close parentheses, and then I'm going to close parentheses for this denominator. Now for this particular rational expression, we didn't need to wrap the numerator and denominator in parentheses, but it doesn't hurt to do that, to just get in that practice of wrapping the numerator and denominator in parentheses. And the reason why we don't need to is because there's no addition or subtraction in the numerator or denominator. So let's go ahead and get this into the calculator here. So if I turn this on, have parentheses 1, close parentheses, divided by open parentheses 7 raised to, open parentheses, negative 3 divided by 2, close parentheses, and then close parentheses for my denominator. And this number is approximately 18.52. So this is approximately 18.52. Okay, that's the first one. Let's look at the second one. So I don't really have so much as a rational expression here. I just have, this number raised to an exponent divided by this number. And the calculator has the order of operations built into it. So I should be able to just type this directly into the calculator as 18 raised to parentheses 0.03 close parentheses divided by parentheses 1 divided by 5. Remember, fractions we wrap in parentheses. If it's a simple fraction like 1/5 or 2/3, we just wrap the whole thing in parentheses. If it's complicated like this fraction, we like to wrap the numerator and the denominator in parentheses. Okay, let's type this in and see what it's approximately equal to. We have 18 raised to the 0.03 close parentheses, and this right here tells the calculator exactly what the exponent is, and closing off this parentheses tells me that I'm finished with the exponents. Alright, now divide by open parentheses 1 divided by 5 close parentheses. Okay, and that number is approximately 5.453 if we round to 3 decimal places. 5.453. 5.453. Okay, this expression is exactly the reason why we insist that you wrap the numerator and the denominator in parentheses, because without wrapping the numerator and denominator in parentheses, the calculator will not calculate this correctly, and I'll show you what happens when you don't use the parentheses. So I'm going to wrap the numerator in parentheses. That's open parentheses 7 minus 3 raised to the 3/5 close parentheses. So this set of parentheses here and terminating here is for the numerator, wrapping the numerator in parentheses, and these parentheses here and here are for the exponent. Okay, divided by, now I need an open set of parentheses for the denominator, and that's, the denominator is 8 plus 9 raised to the 2/3, close parentheses, close parentheses. Notice these are the parentheses that indicate to the calculator that this is my denominator, and these parentheses right here indicate this is my exponent for 9. Okay, let's type this guy in, and then I'll show you the pitfall of not using parentheses. So according to what I wrote in the calculator, or wrote for the calculator steps, this should be open parentheses 7 minus 3 raised to the 3/5, close parentheses, close parentheses. Remember, these parentheses right here close off my numerator. Divided by, open parentheses for the denominator, 8 plus 9 raised to the 2/3. And then I close off the parentheses for my denominator. This set of parentheses goes with this set of parentheses. Okay, and the calculator tells me this is approximately equal to 0.411. So I'm going to write here 0.411. Okay, so why are we insisting that the numerator and the denominator be wrapped in parentheses? Well, if you don't wrap the numerator and denominator in the parentheses, so you write this into the calculator, 7 minus 3 raised to the 3/5 divided by 8 plus 9 raised to the 2/3. Okay, say you didn't wrap the numerator and denominator in parentheses. Your calculator will treat this step right here as your first operator according to the order of operations. It'll take this negative 3 raised to the 3/5 and divide it by 8. And then you'll do 7, I guess, minus this number and then add this number. So really what the calculator will do is it'll mistakenly do, put this in red here, it'll mistakenly do this calculation if you don't wrap it in parentheses. 7 minus 3 to the 3/5 over 8 plus 9 to the 2/3. So let's just write 2/3 here. Oh, we can fix that. That's the calculation the calculator thinks that you're trying to do if you don't wrap the numerator and denominator in parentheses.